Women in a changing world of work. That's the theme of International Women's Day today, as the United Nations focuses on the role that technological advances can have on women's prospects, while lifting the number of women stuck in the low-paid informal economy who often have no social protection. The focus of this year's observance is a precursor to next week's start of the Commission on the Status of Women, where discussions will range from the gender pay gap to unpaid care work, as well as challenges facing women in the informal economy.
She wants to tackle two extremes: women who are not equitably represented in the digital revolution and those who find themselves in the informal sector.
Talking about the women who are at the bottom of the pyramid, the workers who are in the informal sector, who in numbers are just too big to fail. Just in sub-Saharan Africa, 80% of women who work outside the home work in the informal sector. If we do not address those women, we actually could be destabilizing people who represent a buffer between extreme poverty and the ability for countries to manage poverty and inequality.
24. Under 50% of working-age women are represented in the labour force globally, compared to 76% of men. Women take on 2.5 times more unpaid work than men do. The global gender pay gap is 23%, with women receiving 77 cents on every dollar that a man earns. If women played an identical role to men in labour markets, the global GDP would be boosted by $28 trillion by 2025.
Equality, empowerment, getting the right kind of visibility in countries that need it the most.
We could use much more muscle. We could use much more leadership. We could also use strengthening of the women's movement. We need more women who are in professional bodies, who are grassroots women, who are in churches, to be familiar with what Goal 5 stands for, so that they, in their own rights, in their own organization and in public, can actually be the promoters of what Goal 5 stands for.
Goal 5, a reference to the SDG on achieving women's empowerment and equality by 2030. That's just 13 years away. Sherwin Brycepease, SABC News, New York.